Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for the chapter Transport in Plants, and today in this video we will cover part 4. Now this is the last part of this chapter. Earlier we have completed three parts of the same chapter, so kindly have a go through so that it will help you with the study. It will help you with the study of the chapter. Okay, now let's begin with the first question here. This question was asked in the year 1988. Okay, phenyl mercuric acetate, which is abbreviated as PMA, results in dash. So you're given 4 options here. Is it reduced photosynthesis, or reduced transpiration, or respiration, or killing of plants? Now before we go into what is before we directly go into the solution, you should know what is this PMA. Phenyl mercuric acetate is an organomercury compound. So how do you call it as? Organomercury compound. Okay. This compound was formerly used as a preservative in paints and as a disinfectant, and when it is applied to leaves and plants it is called as an anti-transparent. Okay, so I've given you the clue what the answer is. Okay, so as I said, phenyl mercuric acetate is an anti-transparent. Anti-transparents are the compounds which are applied to leaves to reduce their transpiration rate without affecting their gaseous exchange. So what is it used as? Anti-transparent. So it prevents transpiration. Okay, they are used as they are used in Christmas trees, then they are used to cut flowers, newly transplanted shrubs, and in other applications to preserve and protect plants from dying too quickly. So when the transpiration process is reduced, the plant can survive a little more time. Okay, they have also been reportedly used to protect the leaves from salt, burn, and fungal diseases. So anti-transparents are of 2 types. One is metabolic inhibitors and the other is film forming anti-transparents. So whatever I've explained here is to your right side. So what is it used for? So here you need to remember one thing. PMA is something which is used as an anti-transparent. What it does, it prevents transpiration. So why do they do that? To stop the plants from dying easily. Okay, mostly they will use they are used on Christmas trees, cut flowers, newly transplanted shrubs. To expand their life, we use this phenyl mercuric acetate. Therefore the correct answer to this question is option B, reduced transpiration. Next question. This question was asked in the year 2008. Carbohydrates are commonly found as starch in plant storage organs. Yes, we agree with that. Which one of the following properties of starch A to E make it useful as a storage material? Okay, now we all know that carbohydrates are commonly found, or in the reduced form we find it as starch. We all agree with that, right? Even in our body, if you see, the carbohydrates that we eat get reduced in the form of sugars. Now in plants it will be stored in the form of starch. Carbohydrates are commonly found as starch in plant storage organs. It is a chemically non-reactive and osmotically inactive polysaccharide with a molecular weight. Right? Carbohydrates perform a vital role in living organisms. Already we saw when we talk about endoplasmic reticulum, it has glycolipids and glycoproteins, where the lipids and the proteins are in association with the carbohydrates. So you have to understand how important carbohydrate plays a role in, be it a eukaryotic organism or a prokaryotic organism. Okay, especially plants, if you see, it will be stored in the form of starch, which is very useful for the plant because it serves as an energy system. Okay, fine. Starch and other polysaccharides will serve as energy storage in plants, particularly in seeds, tubers, etc., which provide a major energy source for animals. Even humans, they require energy in the source of carbohydrates. Therefore, the correct option is B. Chemically, they are non-reactive. Okay, chemically they don't interfere with any reaction. Now if I talk about even the endoplasmic reticulum, where you have glycolipids and glycoproteins, carbohydrates, though they are minimal, though they are present in minimal amount, they do not chemically affect the cell. They only serve as an energy source. So B, chemically non-reactive, and C, easily digested by animals. Therefore the correct answer is option B and D, osmotically inactive. Okay, the correct answer is option B and D. As I already said, they are, what is osmosis? It is the concentration moving from the lower part to the higher part. So this is chemically non-reactive, and the other thing, it is osmotically inactive. Therefore the correct answer to this question is B and D. Next question here. This question was asked in the year 2006. The translocation of organic solutes in sieve tubes tube members is supported by dash. Okay, what do you mean by sieve tube? You need to know what is it, right? What do you mean basic? What is a basic definition for sieve? What is it used? See, basically a sieve is used to filter, right? So the common meaning can be described as a utensil consisting of wire or plastic mesh, which will be held in a frame used for straining solids from the liquids, or for separating a coarser from a finer materials, or from a softer from a harder material. So this is what we say for sieve, right? We do in the, so you must have seen your mom doing it. She will actually sieve the flour before she use it to make chapatis, or she might use it to make a puri, whatever. So sieving is that process. Now here, the translocation of organic solutes in sieve tube members is supported by P proteins. The first option is the answer. What is P protein now? P protein is a supporting factor for the translocation of organic solutes in the sieve tubes. Now, I told you what is sieve tubes. I mean, what is sieve. Now you have to tell me what is the meaning of translocation. Okay, we'll search, I'll tell you what is that. Now when we talk about translocation, it happens in it doesn't happen every time. Here they are resembling a concept of organic solutes, right? The common meaning of translocation is these kind of things you can you will happen to see in chromosomes. It is commonly called as chromosome translocation. So what is translocation in biology? If you see, in genetics, the movement of the motion of the portion of one chromosome to another in a protein synthesis. Sorry, you can even say it as a transfer. Okay, transfer of the newly elongated tRNA from the amino acyl side to the peptide side of the ribosome. It can be either way. So translocation is actually to locate. You move to another place. Move to the another place. So that's how it works. So now we should know what is P protein. Okay. See, you get P protein in the form of powders also. They are actually used as supplement. Okay, you even get them in the form of powder. So P protein is also called as phloem protein. Okay, so P is abbreviated as phloem, a protein that is found in large amounts in the sap conducting sieve elements of phloem tissue in the plants. It takes various forms in the mature sieve element depending upon the plant species, and they range from a network of filaments to a discrete crystalline bodies. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is P proteins, which act as sieve elements in the sap. Okay. Option A is the answer. Next question here. This question was asked in the year 1997. Bidirectional translocation of minerals. Bi means two, right? Bi means two. Bidirectional translocation. What is the question here? They are talking about bidirectional translocation of minerals take place in dash. Now, you're given 4 options here. Out of the 4 options, you have xylem, you have phloem, cambium, and parenchyma. Okay, now we already saw in the earlier slide about translocation. What did we see there? We saw that the sieve elements, they require translocation, and that is helped by the protein called as P protein, and that P protein is nothing but the phloem. Okay, so they only act as the sieve elements. So and in the same slide we talked about translocation. So the same answer will come here, so you don't have to worry here. The answer is very easy here. When it comes to bidirectional translocation of minerals, it takes place in phloem. Minerals can move upward and downward. So when I say bidirectional here, they are resembling in two paths. Either it can be an upward motion or it can be a downward motion. Okay, so that is the bidirectional they are talking here. Okay, minerals can move upward and downward, which is called as bidirectional movement, as well as a lateral movement, which can be seen in phloem. And phloem plays an important part in translocation because translocation happens with the help of the P protein. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option B, phloem. So to your right side, you can see a picture which shows a clear image of phloem. I'm sorry for writing on it, but as I already said, phloem is the one which will help in translocation. Okay, so I'll remove it. I'll remove those thing for you. Maybe you can see it clearly. Right, you can see the phloem correctly. Okay, so this is how it works. So you can see the phloem tissue there. So you have a plasmodesmata, then you have companion cells, then you have the sieve tube, which will actually filter and it will help in translocation. Okay, so next move to the correct answer to this question is option B. Now let's move to the next question here. So this is the last question for this part 4. Okay, this question was asked in the year 1992. Translocation of carbohydrate nutrients usually occur in the form of dash. So this is once again an easy question. So here again we are talking about translocation, and we have mentioned it's a carbohydrate, and again the 4 options that are given here are different forms of carbohydrates. So translocation of organic solutes occur through sieve tubes. Very important. We saw in the earlier slide about the phloem structure where we saw the sieve tubes. So here the sieve tubes are very important, and here the important role of this translocation is carried out by the carbohydrate called as sucrose. Transportable form of sugar is sucrose. Now what is sucrose actually? How can you define sucrose? You have different sugar forms, right? You have glucose, you have maltose. Now what does sucrose do? See, sucrose is a common sugar. It's basically disaccharide. Okay, it's basically disaccharide. Okay, and it's a molecule composed of, so it's, when I say it's disaccharide, it means it is composed of 2 monosaccharides. So what does it contain? If you see, it will contain glucose and fructose. Okay, sucrose is produced naturally in plants from which table sugar is refined. The molecular formula of this is C12H22O11. Okay, therefore the correct answer to this question is option D, sucrose. And to your right side you have a balanced translocation. You can clearly see it, right? You have the chromosome 1, chromosome 2. See, the diagram that I've given you is the common example. We have taken the chromosome here as an example. But when we talk about plants, it is very important that sucrose plays a major role there, because that is the one which acts as a sieve element there, which helps in translocation of carbohydrate. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option D. With this, we complete part 4 of transport in plants. Okay, I hope you all understood about this chapter. So with this, we will meet in the next new chapter. Thank you.